So I'm so appreciative of Tanya. We've been together
For a year.
for a year now, and she first came to me. She has actually just this beautiful face of hers. It was a very easy canvas to start with, but you have brought me a lot of customers and referrals just because they see you all over the internet, which is also helpful for us as a business. And we've become friends over the last year, which I appreciate. And
Me
you
too.
definitely have supported me in the growth and the struggles that I've dealt with personally as well as business wise. So I want to appreciate you and the relationship that we built. And now that we're moving to Facecard and rebranding our business, just even her insight and her intellectual ability of an artist herself in interior design also has helped me envision and bring this new space into fruition. And I always ask her opinion on what she thinks and things of that nature. So I wanted to say, starting off, that how grateful I am of the relationship that I have with you, Tanya. I really am. I wish they all could be that way, but it's only could be one Tanya. Which I'm okay with, and I definitely appreciate. So we are obviously filming a lot more content to bring more awareness to our services that's available to women who may be apprehensive about getting something done because they see things on social media that looks botched or doesn't look healthy or look overdone, and that's not one of our values here. We value natural results, we value relationships. So it's not just coming in and you get a consult and we try to sell you something that you just don't need, because a lot of people do that. Unfortunately, we also value we have sincere candor because we are realists. Like, we tell you the truth, and that's just a personality trait of mine, which is also has become a part of the culture of our practice. And maintaining is kind of like in that, and then maybe that's why we've become friends over the year that we've been together. When she first came in, she went to another med spa who placed eye filler, and she has so much spirit in her, and it just seems like she had the same spunk because it's her personality. She's always been the same way, but I feel like she has like become more of that, like the spontaneity, that just energetic when she walks in is just a little different than when she first came. She came in very like just more concerned. So she's always been the same person. She doesn't switch up, but just concerned about how her filler was placed, how it looked. And she's like, it didn't make her feel good about herself. So, as she will tell you in a second. But when she told me that, I was like, oh, the moment I saw it, I saw it was misplaced and it was the wrong kind of filler. And I think once I fixed it, that's when the first it was just about business, but then that's when we fell in love. When I fixed it.
True, true. I agree.
She was like, "Oh, girl, yes, okay." So I had to prove myself. She made me work hard, but I had to prove myself. And then once I did, that's when the relationship really flourished a lot. So this is kind of more of a conversation just about how I am with certain people. I wouldn't say most of my clients I have really good relationships with, but I'll say Tanya, I have one of the best relationships with you.
Thank you. So for transparency, I would say I'd agree with you. But it was more so for when I came in the door, I entrusted the process because I didn't.
Yeah, a lot of people don't trust the process. They want it overnight, even if they've been 50 years of doing nothing. Like, that's not the way it works. So,
And so how I was explaining was when I first came in and I explained what my concerns were, and you just gave me this full educational thing of, hey, I know exactly what it is. I know exactly what's wrong. And it was so much information. And I kind of like, okay, there's a lot of information. Like there was a lot of little birds chirping around my head. But I was able to internalize it. And I was like, I trust you. So I'm going to trust the process. And so when the process was complete and the results that I got, I was like in awe. Because I'm like, oh my God, like this is so, even just the process of taking it out.
yeah.
It was like, oh wow. And then just fixing, I was like, I can't believe the transformation. So coming to you has been nothing but a blast. We have built a relationship other than customer, right?
Yes.
And it's never going anywhere.
No, she stuck with me.
Like glue.
She know my personal business. It's rap.
But overall, I am glad that people do come, that do see my face, because they say the first thing comes out of their mouth is, I know you're not AI. I know that there's no, you're not have a filter on. And I'm like, oh, wow. But that means a lot to me because a lot of times I don't wear makeup. And I think that was one of my things when you asked me, well, what are you looking for? I said, I'm looking for sun-kissed skin. And that's what I think I got.
Definitely.
So I appreciate you immensely. I'm sure your new customers who are coming to you, because I see what is being posted and I see how the women are coming in and leaving out. Like I just saw the recent one, which just made me go like to tears. I'm sorry, touching my, but see me to go to tears of how this lady was not feeling good about herself, and now just the little small fix that you fix, she's 100% different of an individual. So she has more confidence in herself, and I think that's what a lot of ladies want to have confidence. Not that they don't have it, but more so it's being more brought out because of just the one thing that you did or a couple things you may have done. So I approve this 100%, and I look forward to continuing to being with you.
Yeah, me too.
All
Me
right.
too. I think a lot of women, I think it's deeper than just confidence. I think confidence is such a broad term.
Mhm.
I think it also speaks to identity because myself, when something I didn't like about myself, and a lot of times when we're younger, we come out into the world very, just novice, new, blank slate, and then adults dump their stuff on us, right? So then we develop these insecurities about ourselves along our lifespan. And then we look in the mirror and was like, well, I always wanted my nose, or I always wanted my eyes like this. I always wanted this like this. And then we just didn't either have the money or we didn't have the courage to actually do those things. And then as we age, it magnified, like we really hated it then, right? But I do believe that all women are beautiful no matter what. But if it's something you want to change, something you want to do, you have to have the confidence, know that you're worthy enough to do that and not allow other people to dictate who you are as a person. Like you have your own identity before anyone said anything negative towards you, or they didn't like your nose is too big or it's too wide, or you shouldn't do this, you need that stuff. We can't let other people influence our personal decisions and how we feel about ourselves, because then we are giving away our power and a part of our identity to someone else.
That goes in hand of even when the transformation does happen, right? Or
Yeah.
someone saying, you know what, why did you do that? You basically that's fake on you or something like that. And it's like it's not. If you do see something that you want to enhance in your body, I always say go for it.
Go for it safely, go for it with intention, and be educated.
Hmm.
And we can always replace cars, bags, shoes, or we can change our hair color. We can replace so many things, and we just cannot discount and devalue ourselves. And I see that happening a lot in the industry. A lot of women, the first thing is like price, location, like a little, not to be mean, but those are dumb questions to me, because you are invaluable. There's only one you in the world. Like, so to even say, how much does this cost for me to re-respect myself, to reinvent myself? That's not a question. The question should be, how would my experience? How do I get a consultation? What's the consultation process look like? How long have you been doing this? How many people have you treated? Have you had any adverse events? Is the treatment painful? You should be focused on the experience, so you know if that's something you want to go through, because it is a process at the same time. Price should not be the first factor. It can be a factor, but it shouldn't be the first question. It should be, do I feel this way? Do I want to change something? Do I want to improve? Do I want to finally approve of myself? And if I want to do that, what that process looks like for me.
Okay.
And okay, if that's something I want to do, then let's get more information on it. And it shouldn't start with price. And every price and cost is relative. It's not the same. And $1,000 to someone else is different than someone else. So there's no one fits all. Like what Tanya invested in, what Tanya wanted for Tanya will not be the same what you or myself would need to invest in what I want. Everyone is different. Our anatomy is different. Our facial structure is different. Our loss is different. Our lifestyle is different, from smoking, drinking, sun exposure, environment, genetics. So I know everyone wants to look the same on social media, but that's not something that we do personally here. We want you to look like you, maybe like a younger version or how you used to look, but definitely not different.
I would agree. Because for me, when I came to you, I didn't never ask about the price. It was more so basically what would be the process, the procedure, and then getting the education of what you had first. Because I can't just have anybody touching my face, right?
Yeah.
So price was the last thing. And once I basically agreed to myself to say I'm going to do it, I didn't really care about the cost. I didn't. I just wanted to make sure that what was being told to me and I was being educated was going to happen, and then just trusting the process.
And then also, it's not the cost as in monetary.
Right.
It's the cost of not doing it. Like, what is the cost of you if you're single and you want to get back in the dating market. What does that cost you? Those nights. What does that cost you not feeling confident? You don't want to wear something that's sleeveless. What does that cost you when you look in the mirror every day and you just don't like what you see, or you just wish this was a little better? That those mental gymnastics and that stress and that insecurity that builds up, and those are the silent killers. So it's like, what does it really cost you not to do something for yourself?
A lot.
I think it's bigger than monetary.
It is, and I would just share that because if I chose not to do what I did, the cost of me continue to have
For years.
and then two, finally someone sharing with me saying, "I thought your husband was beating on you." Of imagine of thinking of having the cost of looking in my mirror every morning when I get up. I didn't like it, so it was kind of like priceless to me. I didn't care about the cost, or it cared more about the cost of me having to live with what that was, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, yeah. So we just want to come sit down and just kind of share our relationship. And this is the type of relationships that we build within our practice. I have relationships with other customers as well who share the same values that we do. And Tanya is one of those people who also share the same values that I do. And usually how you do one thing, you do everything. And that's kind of how I look at life in general. And she does too. And just bring more awareness that you do have options. You don't have to live through someone else's lenses. You can live through your own and actually like what you see every day. And if somebody feels, what would you say if somebody's like, I'm on the fence, I don't want filler, I don't want that. A lot of times we say that because we see something's wrong. We see on social media, we see on Netflix botch, like we see wrong. Our brain goes negative first because it protects us, and that's what it's supposed to do. But it's like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Well, we never think about, well, what if it goes right? What if it goes right?
Well, I say don't cheat yourself. I say don't cheat yourself. So when it comes to price, why try to be yourself cheater?
Or just, no, not just at the price, though, just not wanting to do it because you're scared. The fear of filler, the fear.
Well, that's
What if you had high blood pressure? You're going to say, no, I don't want the surgery? Sometimes these transformations I've seen over the last 7 years since I've been operating. I think I was telling Tristan the other day, last week, that I look back at my EHR system, which is my electronic health record system, that I've treated over 1,000 women, like actually did over 1,000 women's faces. And I was like, whoa, I can't believe that's crazy to me to even say that and to be like, damn, that's a lot. I'm retiring, I'm done, y'all. But when I think about it, I think about like, what cost is it to like not feel good, every day? I have my days I don't feel good. It's not even external. But to be honest with you, when I look in the mirror sometime and I'm having a bad day, I'm like, girl, we better.
Oh, I can relate to that one.
You better remember who you are. But over the years, I've definitely seen women like start to date again. I've seen women like when they come back, their hair is different, their attitude is different. I had someone who wouldn't even think about dating. She text me and that she dated 6 guys online at one time. I'm like, okay. Or she got hit on. She hasn't gotten hit on in 10 years.
But that's the confidence level that you're giving somebody
Women,
back.
we love that. That does something to us, to the inside. So even though I may not be like in the ICU doing CPR, pushing drugs and stuff and saving people's lives, but I definitely feel like we're definitely impacting and saving relationships, saving yourself. We help women save themselves. 100%.
A self-reflection of a relationship with yourself. So loving you more, right?
And what that look like?
That looks like me.
So arrogant. What did I create?
Well, you just stated that. See how women are getting things back? Well,
yeah.
You helped me with that when I got the filler out of it because I wasn't feeling good about myself. And I can say I'm a vain person. I am.
I'm a vain person as well.
I've been told that.
Deny that.
But there's nothing wrong with feeling that way and also to sharing. Like people have noticed my skin and I share where I go. And so I want them to have that same experience as me.
Yes. And if you follow the plan.
Follow the plan.
Not your plan. Your plan don't work. Plan, unless you are a licensed medical provider who's been practicing 5 years or more and have had touched over 1,000 women's faces and has had the type of transformations we've had, you don't know what you're talking about. Google doesn't know either, okay? Google's take a bunch of information and then spit it out like AI does. So if you come and you decide to choose us to do a consultation, you agree with the plan, follow the plan.
Follow the plan.
Follow the plan. You will get the results. You will not get the results if you don't follow the plan. If you deviate from the plan to say that, oh, well, that's kind of out of my range, that's now we talk about cost, you cannot expect a $6,000 outcome on a $1,500, $200 or $2,000 budget. That is not realistic. You will get $1,500 worth of outcome for $1,500. You cannot say, I want to look like her or this person that I saw on social media. And I'm like, well, she invested this, but her concerns were also different too. So your investment, it will be different, but this is the investment to get the outcome you want. And you say you try to pick it apart, you can't still expect that wholeness of that outcome.
I would agree.
That doesn't even make sense.
Every skin has its own story to tell. So each person would have their own process to follow.
Exactly.
And so with that being said, if you are looking to invest in yourself, then it shouldn't be a worry. There shouldn't be, like I said, there should be the cost. Yeah, it shouldn't be a worry because it's going to come with the process, right? So I would say, speaking for myself, from the time I walked in the door, I already knew I was going to do it anyway.
People already kind of have their mind made up. That's
right.
True.
And it's just the fact that I just wanted to make sure that the person that I was speaking to was educated enough to do what they needed to do. And I felt comfortable. And so I felt comfortable. And so it didn't matter. And like I said, you have to invest in yourself. So you shouldn't put a cheap stamp on yourself that's related around your body. I never understood that. So I'm not going to go somewhere down the street or someone who is not a licensed person. There is no licensed doctor on site and letting somebody that can just inject into me.
In your face.
Exactly. So
or anywhere in your body.
I'm just not doing that. So again, I thank you. My husband thanks you too.
I bet your husband do.
He does. And everywhere I go, people say you look amazing. So I think
it costs to have a hot wife.
Okay, yeah, it does cost. But yeah, I would just simply say to people, invest in yourself. Take the time out, get educated. You know what you want from the time you walk in this door. If basically that's what you want, go for it.
And if you see Tanya, because she'll be hanging around, just say hi.
Say hi, because I'm going to say hi to you.
And she'll be a face card all the time.
Because it don't decline.
Because her face doesn't decline. And she's not going to let it decline.
No, darling, I'm not.
Yeah. But no, in all reality, we just want to kind of have a conversation just about people, their experience, and maybe debunk some fears or something that people are second guessing or even thinking about getting filler talks. You don't even have to, there's so many things you can do to get to a result. It don't even have to be filler or Botox. It could be other things. Mm-hmm. So if you're not feeling good about something and you want to change something, you got one life. That's it. It's not like a commercial at this point, but we didn't mean to make it that way. But it's something that is near and dear to my heart because I do consultations all day, every day, all week. And it's like I have the same conversations. And I'm like, it's you. It's you.
I love my skin.
It's you. Like you decide. Your husband don't decide. He lying to you. When he say you still that 20-year-old spring chicken he saw, no, he's lying. He's trying to avoid an argument. He's lying. He lying. And then nothing is permanent. Nothing. No. So no one has control over what you do with your body, especially if he ain't paying for it. And then he should be supportive. You shouldn't have to ask for permission. And say, this is what I want to do. I need you to support me in this because it means something to me. And if he said no, then it shows you what type of partner you have. And it's not to talk down about your relationship, but he should protect you in all areas, even emotionally.
I make my own decision.
But I'm just saying, we have women who do that.
No, I understand. I don't, but I do.
But they should support you if you have to. Or bring them with. Sometimes husbands need more work than the wives. And be honest with you, they do.
That's true. I can bring my husband.
But me and Tanya have an amazing relationship, and now she's a member. She's been a member since I think after we even did the filler and we did some other stuff. When she was like, I told her about the membership. And
I said, sign me up.
So now she's a member of our medical practice. So she come get her services. I see Tanya more than any patient I've ever seen this whole year. Only because we become friends over time.
Right.
She'll pop in and she'll like, oh, what do you think? Even if it's like a skincare product or something. She's very proactive in her process. And she, like she said, she wants to look and feel good all the time. Not some of the times.
I want the sun-kissed skin. Forget the makeup.
Forget the makeup. All right. There we have it.
All right.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.